shades.
Betwixt the ruby seas, deep in the eye of the storm, a bastion of beef and hope lies nestled in the sand. 4 men almost lost to the deep now find tranquility within its walls. And now they're inviting you in for a tale unlike anything you've ever heard before.
Can I start this episode with a memorial?
Of course.
For a fallen
What
friend.
a memorial.
Somebody died.
I think someone
Everyone,
just
can you
crashed
please,
into my building. I swear.
Imagine if James heard a
There's a
live
plane.
shooting.
Yeah.
Everyone, please hold your hands together in reverence of a fallen comrade. The Beefy Boys podcast is no longer with us. Rest in fucking pepperoni.
Rest in peace.
I guess you could say they're no longer among us.
So that means
They got
that we're the only beefy podcast now. It is just
Actually, I think there's like 3 others.
There's no other meat. I don't know what to say.
We got it.
We got it. We got it.
Those
We
guys
got
were
it.
really fat.
We got it. We
And
got
really
it.
weird and their videos
We got
sucked, but I really
it.
like
We
the
got
one where
it.
they use the green screen. Because his hat disappears.
His head disappeared. Oh yeah, so for context, this was, I don't even know what fucking episode this was, but ages ago we talked about this rival podcast that like,
Yeah.
started beef with us, where we cut out like 30 minutes of footage from an episode. They have just nuked themselves online. I think you can still find the podcast in some places, like Spotify or whatever, but it's all gone from YouTube. Again, if you can still find it, don't fucking send hate to it. But we
I'm
kind of
inclined to
figured-
believe, just with how like technologically impaired all of them were, I think one of them just did it by accident.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that except he leant on the wrong button in the YouTube studio.
Boys.
But some of their other videos are still there, but just the podcast is gone. Dopex, you little fucking goblin. Do you want to explain how you started this whole debacle?
Oh yeah. So I found a podcast called Beefy Boys. Beefy Boys. And
Why?
yeah, I commented on one of their episodes because like their shit was really funny. Not like funny like haha this is great, but like funny like bro what are you doing? And what did I say? Oh I said I think I typed like taste on like literally.
No. You just said cease and desist.
Oh yeah. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to joke them into like a cease and desist thing, and then I said I made a taste on joke, and then they said I was being homophobic because I said like I was setting them up to tell them to taste on my penis, and then that started a whole back and
BeefBoys
forth.
podcast.
Now,
Yeah.
to be
pretty homophobic.
one, when he said cease and desist, they took him extremely seriously and were
Yes.
trying to
Dead
like
serious.
actually
Yeah.
debate who started their podcast first.
Right.
And
Yeah.
2, they called us homophobic, and then we went and watched all their videos and stuff. And like the intro to their channel is talking about how trans people don't actually exist. They're like planted by the iRobots or something. So it's not like they actually cared, nor were we
Right,
actually, nor is saying
Yeah.
taste on homophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to have
It's
a
so
little
funny.
bit of goofy fun at their expense.
But
and
yeah,
then,
Yeah.
yeah.
They really
then-
took your cease and desist as like a genuine threat, and they went in on me and James, like
Yeah,
just
they
us.
came in
well,
most
like,
of us for some reason.
skirted
They were
it.
saying that Kudos was punching down and using his, and then they tried to tie you to H3, which I was the only one that had a relationship to H3, and they were like,
Yeah.
just like H3, you like to punch down with your audience or some shit, and then they
When I'd like to point
I
out
wear-
it was Doplex that sent the fucking
Yeah,
cease and
yeah.
desist.
That was me.
Kudos basically got complimented. They were like, yo, you're so big, you shouldn't even talk to us. We're peons. And then they ignored Andrew and Doplex, and then they came at me and were like, yo, that fat fucking idiot in the athletic shorts. I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
you were supposed to wear those
basketball
if you
shorts.
play sports or something like that. And like they
Yeah.
started going in on me. And I was
James
just
Miller
like,
is
"Bruh,
the
they're
definition of a
tucking-
beta male.
That's,
Oh, that
that's
was
what it
it.
was.
That
That's what it
was
was.
it.
They're
Yeah.
tucking
Yeah.
his shirt into his
No.
basketball shorts.
Oh,
Fucking,
rip.
I took them off.
that shit was
But
epic though.
I do have this now that the dust has settled. I'm sure you boys remember this, but I made this at the when this was reaching a head. So I guess now we could play
Hey.
it.
Oh yeah.
So let
I would
me-
also like to say they did say that Kudos had a giraffe neck.
Yeah, I did.
That's
Oh yeah,
right.
which was
That's
because
right.
I had just released my brand Twitter video wherein I made a joke. Like, it wasn't even a joke about like, oh, I've got a long neck. I think I've got a very normal sized neck. I didn't even care if I did have a long neck, but either way, I had a joke at the start where I just edited my head to be really long. Like, there's no
like
like,
a
rate of
vocal
thought
sound.
No,
behind it.
but not just really long. Like he edited it like obscenely long. Like
Yeah, like,
it was
yeah,
like an
clearly a
ultra
joke.
wide shot from Lord of the Rings, and he was from the fucking bottom of the mountain to the clouds. The length in his neck, and apparently they were like, wow,
That's real?
that's an easy target right there.
How did he edit
That's
his neck
real.
to be so short? That doesn't make no
Yeah.
sense.
Like they took that as a point against you because you did some really good fucking CGI.
No, they just believed it. That's how good it was.
Like, wait a second. Haha, Thanos, you're purple. You
Why you
fucking
getting
weirdo.
What's the
Josh Brolin, you fucking
tagline?
idiot.
What's the woke tagline from the video that wasn't a
Yeah.
podcast?
I guess this is just another example
Example
of
of
Example of
Woke
woke
goes
gone
wrong.
Yeah,
Woke
yeah, when
goes
woke
wrong.
goes wrong.
This shit was funny.
We had to cut that out of like 10 episodes in a row because I had it on my soundboard for like half of season 1, but we never explained it, so it made no sense.
Exactly. Now, keep
Dopex,
in
I had
mind,
forgotten about this video. I'm
We didn't
so
wanna talk
excited
about them
we get
because-
to show the world.
I think we talked about them very briefly and like cut
Yeah.
it down to like 5 minutes and took out all the specifics. And then they reached out to us and were like, we got you wrong. We watched that. Like, you guys seem really cool. And then they were
Yeah.
like, let's get in on beef loss. Let's all like challenge you. Whoever loses the most by the end of the year is the better podcast or some shit like that. We never responded to them. So if you
So,
ever
like, we-
do find them, don't be mean to them. Or
Yeah,
anything.
don't be mean to him. It's just a bit of a meme.
They're dumb,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
what are
It
you gonna
was
do?
a big misunderstanding initially, and then they reached out and they were all good, and was like, we're
Yeah.
fine. There's no hate here. It's just,
Yeah.
I think it's just funny to talk about after the fact now
yeah,
that we're the last podcast standing.
that's it. We won the war, boys. But
Yeah,
I will
so-
say, just as I feel like it's worth mentioning, these guys had like 12 subscribers. So
Yeah,
this
it's
is like
really-
this
it's
is like
not
the
a fair
funny,
fight.
Yeah, this is like it was like a really funny like we were punching down, but we weren't even punching. It was just like we were just trying to be stupid because we're stupid, and then it turned into that whole thing. But I made this video because I thought it was funny.
It's kind of gay.
We're gay.
Life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom, and open, we'll meet again. Boom,
South Park.
I don't know if we're smart or if we're complete idiots. We're gay.
I like the South Park fucking whiteboard.
All right, so stick around and make sure that our buttholes burn.
All right, moment of truth.
Holy shit!
Am I the only one liking this?
Oh my god, that was really good. I like it, but wow.
That's hot as fuck. I would never be able to eat.
I don't know if we can put this part. But yeah.
No, it's really good. It's actually
They
very
replaced that with
flavorful.
Dire Dog.
Yeah.
Fucking lips are swollen up.
Yeah, I'm a different type of hot person.
He built
Alright.
different.
And we're the Beefy Boys. And we'll see you next time.
Keep it beefy.
The guy who's like, am I the only one who's liking this? Is literally like, there's mucus coming out of his corneas by the end of that video. Like his face is melting.
Yeah. He's trying to do that thing where like, oh, this isn't even that bad. I'm fucking
Yeah.
cool, you guys.
He's the dude walking around in shorts when it's like -10
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
No,
me.
it's cool.
I'm not
Hey,
gonna wear a
whoa,
jacket.
whoa! I do that.
That's me. But
That's
me and
just
Andrew have
comfort.
like 400 pounds of thigh to work with,
Yeah, I've
so.
always done that.
Yeah, you guys are
It just
built
doesn't
different.
bug me all that much.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna make an edit of us exactly like that, but with Andrew saying that.
Yeah.
I don't think they know how to
do that all
edit.
the
Built
time.
different.
I don't think they know how to.
I don't think they know how to edit.
Dude, my favorite. The meme I think we had to cut this for ages as well, but in their like channel trailer, which I think is probably now lost to time. because I think
I have
they got
it.
rid of it.
I
The
downloaded
Joe
it.
Squirt.
Yeah.
The Joe Squirt is
Yes,
from the
you do.
channel
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that one. But it's
Yeah.
like the whole thing. They work at like a fucking auto parts shop or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, and there's like their
Why'd you
channel
do a live
trailer is like.
reaction?
It's pretty much like they have
Joe
to.
Squirt.
Their trailer is like the world needs the Beefy Boys podcast to
Yeah.
combat all of this political nonsense.
This
There's
woke bullshit.
There's the
The
one
woke
part
mob.
where he's like, "What? I just play it. I can't fucking
Yeah.
remember it. Just play it."
All right.
City's burning. Trans athletes in sports. Mass
Trans athletes in sports.
I forgot that.
Cities are burning. Trans athletes in sports.
My God, we've got to gather a team. We have to act.
Yo, we have the same
Beefy
haircut.
Boys, assemble!
We're already here, man.
Yeah, we've been here.
Yeah, I really want to know where they work.
I really want to dox them.
I was about to say that.
This guy is
Great.
such a.
Now we just got to get our message to the people. Already on it. Anchor, Spotify.
Apple Podcast and Google Podcast.
Overcast, Breaker, Radio Public.
What?
All right then.
I couldn't even hear what he said.
Public.
And then the fucking the music
Yeah.
of buzzing.
Yeah.
10,000 decibels.
Yeah. I also
Fucking-
have
the dude-
Wild
the one dude-
Stevens viral
That
vortex.
is still up.
Yeah, we have to-
thankfully,
we
Viral
have to watch
Vortex is
that.
still up.
Here's viral vortex
God.
with Wild Stevens.
All right, meet Wards, and welcome to the Viral Vortex with Wild Stevens. And I will
The
be showing
editing
you
in
some
this.
really hilarious tweets and some really stupid
It's so
tweets.
sad.
The
We're gonna have ourselves a
Xbox
really good laugh
original
today.
background or some
Yeah.
shit. He has
What a
going.
story, Mark.
With the ripped room with hard cut subs.
God, this music is so loud.
Starting out with Fox News.
And then he
versus
comes in, he's like,
CNN. Well, somebody apparently decided to point out that Fox News has a bunch of white anchors. Just white, blue-haired,
This
blue-eyed.
is 2011.
What was that edit?
Oh, no, he said
well,
he meant to say
what's this?
blue-eyed
Oh,
blonde hair.
CNN.
So he said blue
All their
head.
top anchors are blonde,
his-
blue-eyed women.
The
Like
pop
James.
filter,
Oh,
like
wow.
bleeding into the bottom of the frame, is fucking
This is another
humongous.
example of when
Yeah.
what goes wrong. Moving on.
That's like
There it
everything
is.
in his
Guns
head.
N'
The
Roses.
It's like a
line.
whole disc.
We should pay
What
parents to stay home and take care of their children. If they
What is
choose,
this
and
sound
provide
editing?
Universal child care. Okay,
It's
well, that,
so
you know, that brings
loud
up a lot
and
of
weirdly
questions.
crisp.
So,
Yeah,
What
it's
if all of
crisper
them
than his
choose that?
voice.
I
What
know
then?
his voice is just
who's
like.
going to pay for them? The taxpayers?
Like-
Yeah, because last I checked,
And
money
you
doesn't
just hear
grow on
like a-
trees.
Oh fuck.
Not a
I
question.
love the genre of music of YouTube
just said-
video
he
where
just
they
said
just.
money
Finally, we
doesn't
move
grow
on
on
to Joy
trees.
Behar, who says that Tim Scott, a
I love
black
this genre of
man, does
YouTube
not
video where they
understand
say
systemic
something and then they
racism.
clearly just Google image search like
Well,
Oh,
two words
yeah.
they said to put
Where
on
have I
screen.
heard
It's
that
like we have to
before?
put something
A
on
white
screen.
woman
Yeah.
liberal telling a black man that you don't understand racism? Seems a lot of projection, if you ask me. Well,
If you
if
ask
you
me,
have to tell a black man and you're not a black person yourself that
How do you
Wild
got the
Stevens, you're
audio-
supposed to let
systemic racism
yourself
or
finish
whatnot
the
after you
line.
said that America is not inherently racist. Maybe you're the racist.
They love black people.
Oh, the left ear.
The
Maybe you
left
just got
ear
Donald
only.
Trump in the left ear.
Donald Trump in the
passed
left
away.
ear. Kind of ironic.
You may know him as the laughing. All right, next. Being libertarian tweets out girls today.
What?
Here
Stop
in
it.
2002 Jeff Hardy
all
style.
right, I think I've had enough
have to-
of
Yeah, it's
Wild
about
Stevens.
enough of this.
Yeah.
For memory,
Girls
near the
today,
end of it, it
bruh.
starts falling apart. Like
Yeah.
for memory, they start like he accidentally leaves in two takes of the same line. And then
Yeah.
cuts back halfway through one of them. It's like the Spartan High School style, where like at
Yeah.
the end, like all the
Yeah.
fucking, like all the edits start collapsing in on each other.
Yeah,
It's pretty much
it's,
that happens in
it's
that video.
literally Spartan High School style, but like
But,
weird.
School style.
But I guess that's just another example of when woke
Woke
goes wrong.
wrong.
When woke goes wrong.
Speaking of which, I have this last clip that I want to play that we all know so well by now. Just it's funny.
You're a massive Mortal Kombat fan like I am, then you must have enjoyed the movie this weekend, whether you went to the movie theater or if you're a lazy fat ass like me, you just sat at home and watched it on HBO Max. But
Dude,
And the green
Sounds like
screen.
a fucking Flash
convinced-
game from 2005.
not dude. audio hasn't sounded like that since literally fucking War of the Worlds in 1948 on the radio, and people thought the fucking word like. That is, it's unfucking believable how you can achieve that sound. Also, that weird transition that just went in between, like there wasn't a cut there. They just slapped a transition over a moving like line. Like that makes me believe that they definitely edit that shit in like one of those either the TikTok editor or some shit, or like one of those online editors that like every time you make a movement you have to wait a few seconds and then it happens or something. Right. Like because they're like free and then you download it with a watermark or some shit. Like that can't be. I don't know. That's unbelievable.
They edit it on their phone.
No, 100%. I really think that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. It blows my mind how many people do actually do that. Did I ever tell you guys? That reminds me. You guys know what ball gazing is, right? Where you do this shit.
You gaze
below
at
your
some
waist.
guy's balls.
Where you do one of these.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever called it that, but
it's called ball gazing.
I don't know that was what it was called either.
It's because it used to, well, the law goes, or at least where I'm from, that used to be you'd whip your balls out, and if you mates like you made your mates look at them, then you got like a free punch on them, and also your balls so they're gay. Obviously there's a lot of social situations where you can't have your balls out, so it evolved to doing that one. I did that during an advertisement for my university, and I put it in.
Bruh.
But what made me think of it is the whole thing of the I went to a design school and the ad-ins would like, and this was shot entirely on an iPhone. Like this, whatever. But there's a part, they needed some students, and I was just coming out of class, and they're like, do you want to be in an ad? And I was like, all right. And they literally had me like walking down the stairs as though, look, I'm just naturally here, walking casually while the chancellor of our school was recording an ad or whatever. Right. And I literally walked down doing this the whole way, and it made it in. It's on YouTube. I can find it.
That's
hell yeah.
Let's fucking go.
I want to see this. I want to see it.
Everywhere you gaze. It's a ball.
It's my balls. It's my balls. My balls.
Now I'm gonna punch you.
Now you're gay.
Everywhere you punch.
This is exactly what I imagined this guy to look like.
What do you think
so
he's
when
gonna
we say
sound like?
Massey is the engine of the New Zealand, what do we mean? Well, Massey graduates are turning oil from roses into a global cosmetics business. Massey researchers are making foods like this not only good for you, they could even prevent diseases. And the plant that produced this fruit was pollinated not by bees.
Wait, where?
But
in the red shirt.
Oh.
Jesus. You look like a Holocaust survivor.
I was very thin.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's epic. How have you never showed us this before?
Yo, wait, go back to like, bro, you really do got giraffe neck in this one. Yo, look at that shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Look at his freaking neck. Dude, look at that looks ungodly.
That's crazy.
You look like Slender Man, bro. You look like a stylish metrosexual Slender Man.
That's epic though that you snuck in the fucking
Oh.
You just wiped the entire university and anybody who watched it. They're like, no.
It was on TV. I did it in literally every take, so there was none they could get that didn't have that.
Hell yeah. You should have done something more extreme, like walk down with like your balls out. Like just out of your zipper, just like one single ball.
I probably could have.
All right, well we got some talking points we got to get to.
Yeah.
James, I want to hear about Cleveland.
Yeah, I want to hear about Cleveland. Tell us about the Cleveland show.
Just reading that made me laugh.
All right.
Yeah.
So I had some leftover fucking Eddies from the 420 episode, so I got fucking cooking. Yeah. And I don't know why, but I took the same dose as always, but like this one hit so hard that like I fell asleep. That usually it's like 4 hours and then I'm coming down and I go to sleep, I wake up, I'm good.
Yeah.
I went to sleep and I woke up a few hours later and my lungs weren't working. Like I woke up in a panic and I couldn't get my lungs to inflate, and I was like, I'm gonna be the first person to die from weed, and it's a Delta 8, bro. It's not even Delta 9, bro. Yeah. It's not even, it's fucking, so like, but it was insane how fucking high I got. And I was watching I just be watching Family Guy at night these days.
You be watching Family Guy.
Cuz it's just a good show to fall asleep to.
Agree.
It was like season 8 Cleveland leaves, and then they try to do the Cleveland show.
Yeah.
And then the Cleveland show epic fail. And then Cleveland comes back in like season 12 or 13, and they do like this whole, I don't know, Cleveland and Peter get in a fight or some shit, and then at the end of the episode they reconcile, and they do this whole montage of like Cleveland's best moments from the first 8 seasons, and like, but it's Peter reminiscing about how much he really missed Cleveland, and it just, I was high as fuck, and it just got me. Like, I started crying. I was like, bro, Cleveland's back, man. Cleveland's back, bro.
You were Peter.
Yeah, it's just fucking. I got
You're
transported
like,
into Peter's
projected
brain.
into Peter.
You got immersed into Family Guy.
I was like, all my favorite episodes of Family Guy, because my favorite episodes of Family Guy have always been when the 4 of them like go on some adventure or
When
do
they
some
start
dumb
a
shit.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all those episodes where they go looking for like some lost treasure or some shit. It's like one of my favorite episodes. Just like when the whole gang's together, and it was just a really good episode after a couple seasons of Dookie episodes, and I was like, bro, it's all thanks to Cleveland. I just started crying.
They brought my boy home.
I like how you didn't clarify, like, you just went from I couldn't breathe to I was watching the Cleveland Family Guy episode.
Well, I was just trying to explain how high I was, but to solve that, I just got out of bed and ran into my bathroom and just like stuck my head under the faucet of like my bathtub and just turned it on and like waterboarded myself, and eventually my lungs freaked out enough to start working again.
Because I like the way you told it was like you were like, well, I'm going out. I guess I should go out watching Family Guy.
Cleveland reunion.
Cleveland reunion.
Yeah.
He's like sobbing but can't also breathe at the same time. So
Yeah. Cleveland gets like in his hallucination. Cleveland like steps out of his TV and like to offer him a hand. Come,
like,
James.
Come on, James.
Join Family Guy world. Okay, Cleveland.
Step into the light.
Can I join the reunion? I want to go to the big drink with you guys.
But it was like a self-aware moment where it happened, and then 30 seconds later, I was like, "Bro, Family Guy just made me cry."
You know, I honestly can't even give you shit for that, because I feel like there's definitely shows like that, or just like little like moments like that I've cried to that. In retrospect, it's very stupid, but like I totally get you.
Yeah,
I get why that would make you cry.
I've got twisted tea over certain things, like certain. I've never cried to a show, but there's even shows where something's happened. I've been like, my eyes are like, oh.
Yeah.
Bro, are you telling me you didn't cry when fucking Breaking Bad woman threw the fucking pizza on the house, or Breaking Bad man?
Breaking Bad woman.
That was a 20-inch. That was a manhole pepperoni pizza just wasted. You didn't
the
cry.
The famous Breaking Bad woman, Walter White. Good for her. Yes, girl boss.
There's some interesting fact about that. Like, he did it in like the first take, or one of the first takes, and it's like it's not CG or anything. It was all. He really did fucking hock it up there.
Yeah, and after that, people actually like went to the real life house.
Yeah, they had to put up a
They
giant
keep doing it.
fucking fence.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not crying. I haven't been crying for the last 2 minutes or trying to look like I'm crying. There's something
Just
deep
the
in my
reminiscing
cornea, and it's really bothering me.
Yo.
I swear it was only because I was really high.
What if it really did like you were so high that your brain was so vulnerable that it like permanently triggered something in your brain, so now every time you think of Cleveland you just actually start like
that'd be cool.
Like
I've always wanted one of those
sleeper agent.
Yeah, I've always wanted one of those call and response things where it's just like your deep psyche just can't help but react to a very specific dumb thing. That feels like
James
a cool
goes
character trait.
James goes to Cleveland, Ohio, and just fucking dies from like dehydration from crying
welcome
too much.
to Cleveland, and he's just like and crashes his car immediately.
I got that with songs for sure. Like when I watched when they did announced the Wrath of the Lich King classic, like the trailer music from that just gives me goosebumps like straight away, like 100%.
Yeah, music does that a lot to me too. Like I remember even as a kid, I remember every time I heard fucking Celine Dion, my heart will go on. Like that was like
Did your heart
instant.
go on?
I hadn't even seen Titanic at that
song
point.
is a fucking banger.
Yeah,
I've never seen Titanic. I listen to that
Titanic.
song like
Oh,
I listen to that song regularly. I've never
it's a
even
good
seen
song.
the movie. It's so good.
It's
I
a
haven't
good
either.
song.
It's such a good song.
so good.
Yeah.
Celine
How have you
Celine
never
Dion.
seen Titanic?
Dude,
Bro, I
I
don't
don't know,
care
I
about
just-
people dying on a boat.
But it's a classic.
I've always wanted to watch it. It's just like there's always something else to watch.
Celine Dion plays the boat. Actually, that's fair. I watched.
No, she splits it in half.
Flesh-colored boat with a little fucking stretched face on the front.
So like DeviantArt fetish pic looking ass, and James Cameron's like, brilliant. I love it. I don't know if James Cameron's British or not.
Celine D boat.
Yo, Celine Dion's fucking epic though. She's got a couple more songs that go crazy.
They do.
I always when she gives me like I listen to her a lot because she gives me just like that middle of the 90s, just like people was just making ballads, like people were just singing ballads for no reason. It's fucking
That's
epic.
true.
I don't know what happened to that.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
Bring back our
we don't
ballads.
make ballads anymore. Give us more ballads. It could be about anything.
I feel like there's none of those little like just weird like flash trends in music anymore, because everything is just like straight up like labels just like read data and then are like, we need another person that can do this or whatever, and then everyone just like tailors themselves to whoever's the next echelon of them just up. But like it was like Eurobeat for like 2 years. It was like every few months it was just like Eurobeat would go wild, like in the 90s and early 2000s. Or like fucking like someone would just drop a motherfucking ballad like Celine Dion or like George Michael or Elton John or some shit. Like most of them were past their primes, but they were just dropping fucking like 6-minute fucking masterpieces. It was just like
even then you get shit like fucking Lil Nas X though, he's like, I'm just gonna do a country rap hybrid, and it like just bangs harder than anything's ever banged before. So I know that does happen every now and then, but probably not as much as it used to.
Yeah.
And it didn't really start a trend either. No one like followed up with like, I guess we're just doing hip hop now.
That's also like 4 years ago now though, like which is kind of wild, but
it's true.
It's wild.
I will say I never liked that song. That song I made.
I love that song. It's so
I like the songs he made subsequently. Like I think he is a talented dude.
Yeah, I like some of that. Yeah,
is good. But that song, like I don't know if it was just like the amount of times I heard it being played, but I never found it funny because it was always like, dude, check out this really funny Red Dead Redemption song. I'm like, all right, that's fine.
What?
Please stop playing it on repeat. It was a Red Dead song, right? It was like that was the whole thing.
He it's kind of, I don't know the full story. He made it, and the original music video, because he was just like a SoundCloud rapper, like he was just making shit for SoundCloud and stuff. And he made his own music video, and it was literally shot in Red Dead Online. And I remember like being like, hey, this guy, because that was when I was playing Red Dead Online. So I was like, man, this guy's real as fuck. And then
you guys were in way earlier than I was. I saw the real one.
The original version kind of like was pretty rough around the edges, as you could imagine, because it was just done by like him in his fucking basement. And then I don't exactly remember the full story, but it got
you did
like,
one with Billy Ray.
Well, it started to take off a bit, and then I think it got like deleted off like the Billboard Top 100. Or it got deleted from some.
No.
It got deleted from like the country segment of the Billboard's the Top 100, and then people were like calling racism because they're like, well, it's just because he's a black man, it's kind of rappy or whatever.
It is
like
technically
most
country.
countries like rap anyway these days. It's like fucking real pop, like pop country.
I've always thought that too. Pop countries like take so much from just like
I hate
old like boom bap flows. Like it's just very much like a bump, but a bump, like it's so
It's literally they're just rapping about like trucks and beers and stuff.
They really are.
I hate it so much.
So they got taken off the Billboard Top 100 for or from the country section or whatever the fuck, and then people were like kicking up a fuss about it, and then I think Billy Ray was like, hey, you got some stones, brother, and then he like had it like fully properly produced, and then hopped on it himself, and then that was
he said that version. Looking at Lil Nas X's stones.
It's a cool song though. And then he really
Lil Nas punched him and called him gay.
Lil Nas X and Doja Cat are the two like funniest celebrities. I think. Like,
shout out Doja Cat.
Genuinely funny. Yeah, shout out
Doja Cat.
Mexican
she
pizza.
Fucking brought back Mexican pizzas, and like, I love that woman for it. So shout out Doja Cat.
Sabrina.
That's all.
Kill him.
I love her platonically. All right, it's fine.
Listen to what he's saying.
But
she's gonna run in and cook you up an even worse cocktail next time just to actually kill you.
No, she's gonna run and cook me a Mexican pizza to compete.
Yo.
I could do it better.
Here's the context for that. We were talking about before the show started in the pre-show that I was saying like dopex was so drunk on the 420 episode, but I could not figure out how he was that drunk because he pretty much just had one drink the entire time.
Oh yeah.
And it didn't even seem like you were drinking it that quickly, you know?
Yeah.
And then you said that... you just tell the audience.
Yeah, so my girlfriend made me that drink. God bless her soul. Shout out Sabrina. Shout out my girlfriend. She made me this drink that was a recipe from her dad, but she made it so fucking strong that this thing was pure alcohol. I mean, you saw it was like keyed out. You couldn't even tell, but it was as green as this here. Yeah, and it was just pure alcohol. So it definitely got me a lot more shit-faced than I wanted to be. So shout out.
Well, you said like, it was supposed to have like Sprite and some other things. She just didn't follow the recipe. She was just like alcohol.
Well, you guys didn't see, but
she's a fan of beef, so she was like, the drunker I get my boyfyend, the more
shout out
episodes
Sabrina for giving us a banger episode.
Yeah, that is true. Shout out Sabrina.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. She even gave me like a little fucking. She like packed me like a lunch, basically. She like put like a cooler up here. You guys didn't see, but there was a cooler off screen that had all the ingredients to make a second drink if I wanted to. But like, the first one just like already.
You might have died if you did that.
I probably would have died. Yeah.
We're gonna have to recreate. You need to make it for us in Alaska, in Kodiak, Alaska.
Yeah. Kodiak, Alaska. Yeah, picture me with a Kodiak.
Do we have another talking point, or do we have a Q&A? You got really sexy for a second there. You're like,
you got it. You're going
Pitbull. I'm sweating in here. I turned my fan off.
You kind of look like Mexican Geralt.
You kind of look like less Mexican Pitbull.
Yo! I should shave my head, or I should go grab the bald cap to officially be.
Mom, get the bald cap.
Yo, Andrew.
Yes. No.
I get to punch Andrew when I get to Alaska, bro.
Oh.
I get to punch all you guys.
I'll make sure video like
I didn't look.
Times.
I said it. Run the replay.
Courtney, edit the replay so it makes it look like you saw
it.
Yeah.
We're not doing
Courtney,
it.
put new eyes on Andrew and make them all red like a demon.
Buckingham Palace has an...
All right, I want to tell you guys.
Announced that Andrew has red eyes.
No. I wanted to tell you guys. Me and Courtney were going antique shopping the other day, and we were
going to have sex.
You were buying
we were going to have
torches.
sex in the antique store, and we got to this intersection, and there was some guy with a big cardboard sign, and we both, you see a guy with a big cardboard sign, and you're like, what's it say? And the first
Free
he had several,
licks.
and he was like shuffling through them, and the first one said
really quick, and it animated it.
Yeah. So he was like,
it's that thing from like 2013 on YouTube where this bitch is saying she's gonna kill herself with bleach, and it's just like he's very slowly. You remember that video? We watched that in a school assembly in high school. I was like,
I think we might have too. Assuming it was fucking stupid. Sorry, Andrew. Keep going.
Yeah, sorry, Andrew. Go good.
It's all good. So the first sign said "Coming to Alaska," and that's a eye catcher. Like, well, what's coming to Alaska? And then in parentheses, it said war.
The beef?
And we were like, okay, well, I'm in. I'm invested.
What is it good for?
Cardboard sign.
Russia going to Alaska,
Absolutely nothing.
He threw it down. He picks up another one, and it says, King of the North. We're not sure how that related, but war's coming to Alaska.
And then
King of the North. Yeah.
Kit
he
Harington
that
took
one
off
down.
the old mask.
He throws up another
Courtney.
sign. It says Fed. Each little in between each letter of Fed, there's a period. Just Fed sanctions. We're still not sure how this really relates. I'm pretty sure it
dysfunction.
Said, exactly.
That's Stone.
He was getting the word out there. He throws that one down. He's on to the next one. He throws it up.
Okay.
No dollar for rubles.
Okay.
He throws that one down.
Russia's
and the,
rubles, right?
the final sign that he whips up to complete his manifesto says, Brandon Blunder.
I'm gay.
And then he threw it down and he started
Let's
over,
go,
and then the
Brandon.
light turned green and we drove by him.
What the fuck?
What a fucking
No clue how
freak.
any of it related or what it meant.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Dude,
When we go to Alaska, can we go visit this guy?
Can we kill him?
I hope he's if he's still preaching the good word. We got to go interview him.
Please.
I bet you he'll still be there. I feel like dudes like that, they find a corner and they stay there. I want to go find him. We'll
make it part of the vlog. We'll go looking for him.
We'll go at night and we'll beat him up. The fuck thing, like,
we'll steal his signs.
The fuck thing is, like, he's not even asking for money, which would at least justify the signs. Like, this dude was just like, "This is my calling." The schizophrenia.
Yeah, he was just rapping.
The king of the north. Yeah, this schizophrenia hitting.
Yo, this schizo hitting hard.
Yo, being a schizo is epic. That's a callback.
He really thought like everything he was saying just made this like profound sense. It would unlock the minds of the public. And it was
hit by hit.
But to everyone else, it's gibberish.
It's gibberish. Made no sense whatsoever. Every time he threw down a sign, it was like an exciting drum roll moment of like, what the fuck is the next thing gonna say?
Yeah.
It was epic. It was so exciting. I've never been that enthralled with someone's manifesto before.
Yeah, that's like peak entertainment because like you know those memes that are like never let them know your next move. It's like that. But that dude is doing it through signs, and that's kind of cool. That's like peak entertainment.
Maybe that was his, like, you know, people do like the, you know, they go on TikTok or YouTube, whatever, and they're like, here's me trying to audition for such and such or whatever. Maybe that was him auditioning to be one of those sign spinning guys at Pizza Hut. Like maybe he was hoping he was going to go viral on TikTok. Like Andrew was going to like film him and then put him up, and then Pizza Hut would be like, "We need this man." And then they'd fly him out to an LA street
Pizza
corner.
Hut.
Who is the king of the north? Is it Putin?
See the
that's
order
a hard
of
ass name. Like
led me to believe that it has something to do with Russia. That Russia is
Sarah
gonna
Palin
invade.
is the king of the north.
Putin's gonna put on his little king of the north, Burger King crown. And then gonna try and switch out the dollars for rubles. And he was like, "No way, Jose. That's not happening here.
No money for ruble.
I gotta
no money for ruble."
Why did the Russians name their money after the Zelda money, bro?
Yo. No, that's Indian people. Indian people named it after the Zelda money.
It's rupees.
Why do Indian people choose fucking
close
Zelda
enough.
money, bro?
That's the worst thing about India is you have to walk around with fucking like big like gems in your pocket and shit.
Yeah, big green gems. Yeah.
I've been
you find them in pots
and in grass and shit.
and in grass.
I've been replaying Ocarina of Time, and it's good, but goddamn, they've made those games so much better since like there's just so many things where you just like fuck this game. Like
someone is literally shitting into their own mouth out of fucking rage.
I
that you just
love
said
that. I played that game so many times as a kid.
It's not even 2D. It's basically Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time is like one of my favorite games of all time. So tread lightly.
No, it is for me too. No, I'm not some.
I can't believe you said it was pure garbage, dude. Move on already. You already cut it.
Don't give him a platform to defend himself.
Courtney cut dopex from this whole episode. No, there's just so many like everyone knows the water temple sucks shit, but playing through it again is like I really want to play the DS remakes because I think they ironed out so much bullshit.
Same. I wish they would put them on fucking Switch. The fact they haven't put them on Switch pisses me off.
Wait, what?
The remakes they did for the 3DS of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Because you said DS, and I thought that was just the New Zealand way of saying Deus, as in Deus Ex.
No,
you were saying the console DS.
It's like layers.
That was like layer of video games.
You can play all of Ocarina of Time in Deus Ex. It's an Easter egg. It's behind some crates.
There's a little N64 setup.
But there's shit like in the water temple, you have to put the iron boots on, and every time you have to do it, you have to push start and wait for the fucking clunky ass menu to load up because it's from like 95. And then, but I think on the 3DS version, it's just an item you can use, so you can just put it off and on like with a touch of the button. So,
that's right.
Yeah. So anyway, but still, it's such a it still holds up in so many ways. It's still a fucking great game. There's just so many like little grating things, which like at the time. They were like, well, this you don't have 100 games and notifications like all fighting for your your attention at once. So like, there's so many parts where like you can just lose like half an hour's progress if you like fuck up one thing in a dungeon. You're like, all right, cool. Fuck this.
That is facts.
But still vibe anyway. Great game.
Yeah, great game, great soundtrack. Makes my pee-pee hard.
We don't even use Reddit anymore. If you want your questions to be
answered, we've
no, it is the Reddit Q&A still. But if you want your questions to be answered, come to the Discord.
Yeah, come to the Discord. The link is in the pinned comment. Join it or
I think it's in the description. It's in the description.
Oh right.
I went in the description. Every description.
Join. Yeah, and if you don't join, then you're gay. Let's see.
Play us a question. You're the piano man.
Try to find a good, nice, juicy one.
Use them eyes, boy.
Here's a good one. This one got a lot of reactions. Some people want to hear this one. This one comes from Clear Void. Hey there, my little beeflets. Since Elon Musk is doing the funny and buying Twitter, I was wondering what platform you would buy if you had an infinite amount of money. Plus, what would you do with it? Thank you, Clear Void.
I heard, and I'd make us famous.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right, you take YouTube. I heard that you can buy like the key to the internet on eBay or something. So I'd buy that. I'd buy that, and then I'd walk into the internet house and I'd fucking turn it all off because the world would be much better if the internet didn't exist.
Would be epic. That would be epic. Do like a full cult, like to buy it and then burn it. It's like to force a cultural reset. That would be fucking epic.
Yeah, if I could have any, if give me any of the sites and I would just turn them off.
Yeah, I'd buy Google.
You'd get assassinated in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But
who's gonna dox me? How would they know it was me? The internet doesn't exist.
That's
exactly.
Good try. There's gonna be a guy on the. They're just gonna be out on the street corner with cardboard signs. James Miller, address.
The king of the north.
The king of the north.
The south.
King of Florida. Fat, erratic dipshit.
Basketball shorts.
No dollars for rubles.
Tucked-in shirt. Incel.
Another
trans athletes in
of
sport.
What goes wrong.
City's burning.
Yeah, what if it was it? What if you went back and Wild Stevens is on the corner? Cities are burning.
I can see Wild
trans
Stevens
athletes in
doing
sports.
Kudos. If you could buy a platform, what platform would it be, and what would you do with it?
Probably buy something dumb like Habbo Hotel and then immediately regret it. I'd buy Habbo
I have
Hotel
a better one.
I'd buy Habbo Hotel, then give like myself all the Habbo cash in the world, and then be like, "Well, I don't want to play this anymore because I've got everything," and then I'd just leave.
All right, that's fair.
That's like something I would do. What about you, Andrew?
Yeah,
I'd buy Truth, that conservative one, and then kick Trump off of it again, just because I think it'd be funny.
That would be pretty funny.
What happened to what was the
Everybody
other
just
one?
melts down. Parlor.
Parlor. What happened to
Parler.
Yeah, I got like deleted off.
Apple took.
No, that's the funny thing. We don't even need an infinite number of money. You can just get Storyfire for 10 grand.
Yeah. Speaking of Storyfire, so just a quick aside, just because I thought it was fucking funny. I was. I got like a actual like invitation to join, and I was on there, but I got a fucking ad on Instagram for McJuggernuggets.
Guys, please come back.
Hold on, hear me out. Like this, it's literally his wedding photos that he promoted. This is the guy who created Storyfire, and he posted his fucking wedding photos and then promoted it on Instagram. Like it was like the weirdest fucking thing ever. Like
What
people,
is he
like,
famous for? What was like his big series? It was like his dad would smash his like game consoles
have sex
or
with my
whatever.
dad. Yeah, it was something like that. Like it was just really shitty. Like just your typical.
Remember when him and
shitty fucking
Boogie like
YouTube.
ran YouTube for like a year?
Yeah.
They were like the biggest
Yeah.
this schizophrenic kid whose dad ran his games over with a lawnmower and an 800-pound wildebeest.
Yeah,
with the Magnum, and he's ready to use it.
Yeah. But yeah, that
I
was
won't lie.
getting an ad for McJuggernuggets.
Fucking Franklin hid my Mountain Dew or whatever his alter ego was is still a banger video.
I used to watch Boogie's World of Warcraft videos all the time as a kid. Like, they were fucking, because he's just genuinely so passionate about the game. So just hearing him talk about it was always like,
no, his videos were funny.
He's a good
I think McJuggernuggets lives in New Jersey.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Yeah,
a kid
Boogie is actually gonna be fighting.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was Boogie's actually be fighting Sam Hyde, which is
in what?
the
It's not like
Keemstar's
wrestling.
boxing thing.
Oh,
yeah, Keemstar's doing his own credit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Fucking a kid in my acting class in college, because McJuggernuggets definitely isn't. That's such a risky name to say. McJuggernuggets.
I know. I'm scared every time one of you says
you got
it.
dyslexia. You're fucking ruined.
You're fucked. McJuggernuggets definitely is in New Jersey, because a kid from my acting class in New Jersey when I was in college, like, he made this big stink about how he like had acting experience and like how he was like part of like a really big YouTube channel. And then it was McJuggernuggets did this thing in like 2017 or 2018. It was like this series where it was like this long running series about it was like a multiverse.
Was it the school shooter thing?
I don't know. There was a lot of guns every episode. It was like a multiverse thing of all the McJuggernuggets past, and like his dad and his uncles were in it. And like this guy Mo from my acting class just played like Thug number 4. And like, I remember he showed us his fight scene, and he was so excited to show it to us. And it was just like, it was just shot. It was like such a bad fight scene where like they would like, you would punch across their face, and instead of cutting like to behind the person so you can't see it, it would just be like a flat wide angle, and you would just see them. Like if his head was here, the fist would go here. And it would just be like,
no.
But he showed it to us, and I was like, bruh. And then I realized it was McJuggernuggets, and I was like, bruh.
Yeah.
Fuck, that story reminds me of, I've shown you guys a certain DJ from my hometown.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we talked
Our
about
favorite
Blur
boy.
beat that.
I don't know if we've said his full name. But either
No,
way.
we haven't.
Okay.
What did we call him? Fuck.
No, this isn't.
No, Stinky was the other one. Oh yeah, I get him mixed up. I don't know why I thought the same person.
Cool, you have to get him to bleep all of those names and keep it away because it'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
But he
all blend together.
He was an extra in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe because that was shot in New Zealand, and I think
he does look like the fucking centaur.
He does look like
not
an
the
extra.
centaur. He looks like the little fucking
Mr. Thomas?
half
Mr.
goat
Thomas,
guy, the one that gives them fucking
I think
candy.
he might have been a centaur extra. I can't remember, and I think he might have been. I might have been in the background of one shot of Lord of the Rings, or he was in one and it got cut. Which like sounds really awesome, but like if you were like above the age of like 18 during like the 90s, 2000s in New Zealand, like you were probably in the background of Lord of the Rings. Like,
you contributed in some way.
They just got every motherfucker in to do that sort of shit. But he made his own IMDb page because obviously no one else is gonna do it for him, and has himself listed for being a background actor in like 3 movies. So he's literally an extra this big on the screen.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear I actually saw him in Lord of the Rings. He's at the end of the 2 towers. They like you look to the west and Gandalf shows up, and it's like the whole Rohirrim, and they're like at the top of that hill. The old white guy on the white horse, that was him.
God, I was waiting for it from the get-go. I was like, where is this fucking going?
I think his name is Gandalf.
I was like, I know this fucking guy doesn't know how to ride a horse. He definitely wasn't one of those ones.
You don't know how to. I thought New Zealand people were just born on a horse.
No, that's
You
shit.
got one like attached to your fucking bussy right when you come out.
Yeah.
My bussy?
It's a little horse head when you're a baby, it's just coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd buy McJuggernuggets and IMDb.
Let me pick a question.
That's my plot. Yeah, you pick a
question.
James Miller's pick.
I didn't make it. I just got credited for that really terrible late night show I worked on at Liberty.
Oh, Conan.
That was student.
Oh,
run.
SNL.
Yeah.
Conan's not terrible. Shut your mouth.
No,
yeah, Conan's like the only
I wasn't
good
trying to
one.
think of a bad one. I just couldn't.
It was
late night show. I should have said James Corden.
Dude, the shit that
like
After
him.
Curfew made the
James
show
Conan.
made that Elon Musk episode look like god tier writing.
I think Elon Musk went on SNL. Fuck, that was a.
Oh yeah, he
bad
played
episode.
Wario, didn't he?
He did play Wario.
Oh my god, man, that shit is.
We should do,
I don't
we
know
should
if
do a
that was
Beefy
as bad
Boys
as the
react.
Gen Z Hospital. The Gen Z Hospital was even worse. Where he's like, "Well, I'm about to tell you,
I
it's
saw
pretty
clips
cringe."
of that.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
No cap.
That shit gave
pretty
me
cringe
AIDS.
line, bro. It's so
the pretty
inhuman.
cringe line.
He doesn't know how to
awful.
function like a fucking normal person. It's epic.
That skit almost could have been done by someone like competent. Like I feel like
Right.
there is something
Yeah.
funny in there, but it was Elon Musk, so it just wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like SNL is just inherently cringe.
They
Like,
should have had a skit
Yeah.
where he like whipped fucking black people in his dad's emerald mine. That'd be funny. Just that, just that for half an hour, no cuts or jokes.
Morgan
music.
Lay
no
Slay.
audience. Laughter.
For our English listeners, that means Morgan the Slay. I think, right?
Oh.
Lay means the, or am I?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Morgan
Run it.
the Slay asks, what do you think happens when we die? I work in an emergency room and I see death pretty often, and I a lot of the time just have to wonder.
What the
Hell
fuck?
yeah, brother.
Dark.
Hell yeah.
So-
no, let's
Dopex, did you
explore
see the Afterlife when
Oh,
you
yeah,
died
yeah,
from taking
Dopex is
70
touched-
fucking delirium pills or whatever?
You know, it's funny. I often think about it, but like I don't remember at all because, like I said, I woke up and like the room was green, and like I don't know. I can't speak to that, to be honest.
You don't want to have your parents like write a book about how you saw Jesus and prove that religion
Yeah.
exists. You guys remember
Right,
that?
yeah.
I do remember
so I
that.
actually
pull a
Was it,
scam like that.
What was the name of that? Because they made a movie about it too, and it was all terrible.
course
and then
they
later
did.
got proved wrong, like they
Yeah.
made it up or some shit. Is awful.
I actually
Yeah.
did die, and I saw the Afterlife, and
Yo.
you
Oh.
die, dead, and
Right.
then
And then Cleveland clips come.
yeah, and then Cleveland's fucking. I can't do Cleveland's voice. You die.
My
then
name
you-
is Cleveland Brown. That's the song
I
they play at your
got
funeral.
fucking downs.
AIDS.
Just cut it there.
No. We only did one question.
Fucking down. I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. You die.
What was the question? Oh yeah, you die.
You wake up. Staring you in the face as you're floating away is Obama. And he's like,
Obama?
He's like,
my fellow dead people. Obama. Welcome. And then he dissipates.
let me be clear.
And then you see the
He
White
says,
House.
"Let me be clear" before he goes clear. Oh, let me be clear.
And then the doors to the White House open, and you see Michelle Obama.
Yo.
And her fucking pussy, bro. Her legs are spread wide open. And then you walk inside her. She gets real big, and you just walk in. It's like there's not even a
Reverse
problem.
spread the pussy monster.
You
so
walk in.
are-
You walk in, sitting, and then in a pink room with ridged walls. Is
In
a
her
man
pussy?
is a man in a chair, but it's turned away from you. And you step forward, and once you pass the threshold, his chair like slowly turns around, almost comically, like it's stuck a little bit. And then it's fucking Fred from YouTube, Lucas Crookshanks, and he's like, "I'm Fred the Pussy Monster. Welcome to hell."
And then you fight him to death.
Yeah, and then you fight him.
I
can't even do the voice anymore.
I was kind of like, I like the idea that you climb into
Some Dark Souls boss.
Michelle Obama's pussy, you go in it, and then bam, you're in a hospital. You've just been born again.
Yeah.
Yo.
No, you
It's like
you
a-
lose
it's
to
like
him
a-
like you
Yeah.
have to lose to him, and then you wake up and you're in fucking Elden Ring 2.
Yeah,
And you're the
yeah.
fucking main character.
Yo, the tarnished. That's how the tarnished is birth. They come out of Fred the Pussy Monster and Michelle Obama's pussy.
Fred the pussy
Yes.
monster beats your ass and kicks you out the pussy, and that's how you get the Elden Ring too.
No,
Fred the grafted pussy monster.
Fred the Crafted.
Michelle Obama's pussy is the lands between her pussy and her butthole, the taint.
Oh,
I'd be right in between those. That's anyway. I don't think any of us can have a better answer than that. I think that
Yeah, I was gonna
kinda-
say. I think
that
that's the
sums it all
official
up.
like group statement for what happens after. you
Yeah.
die.
Yeah,
I agree.
Hope that helps.
I think Father Andrew would have a different answer, but he's
He's
busy right
he's
now.
dead. Yeah. Well, he quit. He retired because we all converted to Judaism. Don't you remember?
AIDS.
He got AIDS.
Coming
he
back.
got Downs.
He got the Cleveland Brown special.
He got the Cleveland Brown syndrome.
Hey, Scavo wants to know, did you ever win a popularity contest, voted most X in school, etc.?
No.
Not at all.
I won 2.
Oh, yeah? What did you win?
And I asked that question self-servingly. And
we didn't even do them.
Sometimes. I didn't actually win in it. We had superlatives, and I won. I won best hair, which I'm still proud of.
Okay.
And the day they came to take my fucking picture for the yearbook for the best hair superlative, I hadn't gotten a haircut in a while, and the hairspray wasn't working because my hair was so fucking fat it wouldn't stay up. So I just looked like a fucking idiot, and my hair was
That's probably the funniest way it could have gone. Though.
Yeah, it was such an L. And then I won most likely to work on Wall Street, which, if you ask me, I've exceeded those expectations.
Yo, you're on a podcast now called BeefBoys.
Let's go.
That's it's basically Wall Street.
Wall Street.
This is
Yeah. Andrew, kudos. Why don't you find a joke? Me and Doplex are joke. Me and Doplex are always finding questions.
Dude, I thought you were just like coming crazy at me and kudos for not being funny enough.
No, I didn't mean that.
Damn, come on.
But what if questions pass us by that your brains light up at, and we just have maybe Doplex's brain?
Yeah. Hit us with a Q that we can A.
Oh, I have a good question for James specifically. Would you ever go back to blue tips in your hair?
No.
Here's a question that
Courtney,
can we put that at the end?
James's hair is red throughout the whole episode
until right now.
No, my hair's probably gonna disappear because it's fading a little bit.
Yeah. Your hair's gonna go. Let me be clear.
I like pussy.
Let me be clear.
Kudos, hit us with your freaking question. Let's go.
Hit us with the question.
Show us your
hit us with the pregunta.
I think this is something we probably touched on before. This is El Duderino. L_Duderino.
What up?
What's cooking, baby?
What's good?
Seeing as you guys are, from what I've gathered, well into your 20s, how old are we?
12.
I think, James is 12.
I'm basically 30 at this point.
Yeah. Let me be,
I am.
I can never remember who's older of the two of you.
I always forget too. Is it?
Yeah, I'm older.
You're older.
Are you? I always
older,
think it's kudos. Not because either of you look particularly older. It was just
right.
I was just thinking kudos is older.
November and you're not November.
September.
He's September.
Yeah. So it's 2 months.
But isn't it a? Oh really? I thought it was like a year and 2 months.
No.
Doplex, how old are you? 29?
No, you're 93,
29. 92. So
okay, never mind. What the
fuck? I'm a full year older than
I thought you were 93. What the fuck? Okay.
No, I'm 92, Doug.
So you're 29.
I'm an old
Kudos is 28.
Yeah.
Andrew's 25.
I turned 26 this year.
I'm 12.
Yeah,
I'm 12.
And I just got a Steam invite to play golf with friends.
Let's go. I always forget
I'm
how
12 times 2.
Yeah, I always forget you guys are like as quote unquote young as you are because like we seem to have the exact same interests in terms of like stuff that came out. Why did you say? I didn't hear that.
I said Courtney's fucking 50.
Her and Andrew are like that TikTok couple.
Andrew. Yeah.
I bagged me an old bitch.
Sorry, go ahead, kudos.
An old sagging cow. No,
oh my god!
Courtney cut that. Wait, no,
Courtney
don't
cut
listen
that
to that
before you even listen to it.
Courtney
You
don't
have to
even
be
hear it.
subjected to it.
Courtney, close your ears and then cut it. Hurry.
Yeah, I always forget because like I feel like it's almost like we all grew up on the exact same. I know we're only like 5 years different, but like that still seems like enough time.
5 years
are
is
completely different interests,
especially in the time we grew up. Like 5 years is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like 5 years at like in 1840 would be like, you know, we're still eating grass. But today it's
I was finishing high school.
You got an iPhone when you were at the like you probably like smartphones came out when you were going to college, and smartphones came out when I was in like 7th grade.
Yeah, but like somehow we still have like the same like we both like the same games and songs and shit, as though we were that age. I don't know how it works. Either way, I think it's very cool
because there's the there's like the there's the generational gaps and stuff, but like 92 to like 98 ish are kind of this weird in between section. I mean, there's outliers farther out, but there's this it's this weird like not Gen Z but not really millennial. We're just kind of like we all kind of grew up in this weird technological boom. Yeah, but we were right before it too.
I get that like when I watch Izzy I don't know how to say their channel. Great channel anyway. But I think they're 19. I think that's what they said there on Twitter. But like they cover like shit from when like early 2000s, like when I was 10 on Neopets, and I'm like, you're literally like 10 years younger than me, but you know this exact same thing.
That shit's always weird. Yeah,
I don't know if it's like information's just so available, but they talk about it as though they were there. Like they speak very authoritatively on it, which could just be good research. But
that's what interesting about like Scott the Woz. Like he's talking about like fucking video game consoles from the 70s, like he was there.
Yeah,
and the dude's like 25. It's so weird. No, totally know what you mean.
Your history teacher be talking about shit from fucking negative 4000 like he was there.
He was there,
from Greece, and that movie.
Who are you to tell me about 3600 BC, Mr. 28-year-old?
Listen, me and Hitler, we were pals. I gave him the idea. I gave him the green light.
So, seeing as you guys are well into your 20s, have you ever felt that you are starting to lose connection to the younger generation?
Yes.
Very relevant. I mean, in some respect, being at the top of the meme game, you'll probably have more insight than others, but outside that, what is about that? I'm about to turn 31. I've lost all touch with people 16 to 22 years old. I can't really relate with what they think is cool, nor am I actually aware of those things. I'm become 30, a boomer.
I think
I've become 30.
TikTok. TikTok for me specifically makes me feel like I am so disconnected from things.
Yeah.
Because my brother and sister are more into that. And so they'll tell me, be like, this happened on TikTok, or like this trend is currently happening, or like, people talk about how to like, get ahead on TikTok, or like, it's just a whole different social media that I don't get really, and also tend to strongly dislike the values it sets up as far as content creation goes.
Trans athletes on TikTok.
There's very much that vibe for me is what makes me feel disconnected, because like memes and trends and shit, like you're always gonna be in and out on some of them, but like just the concept of like you see those things where people are
you hit memes hard as fuck. I'm sorry. It's just memes.
I can't remember what I was saying now. What do you guys say something?
There's a good frequency in my ear.
Just like buzzed around my brain.
No, I totally get what you mean. I mean, I think for me, and to both of your points, here's the thing. TikTok is not that, because like we had fucking Vine, and then Musical.ly, and then like I feel like that shit has been around for so long. Like I remember being like 18, 19 years old and still not understanding fucking like Vine and Musical.ly and shit like that. It was like, why do people like Vine was like a little bit more understandable, I guess, because it was like, all right, like it's just like short form comedy videos. But then like when the lip syncing stuff came around, that's when I was like, I don't understand the draw of this. Yeah. And the fact it's still popular, like I still feel like fucking outdated. I felt outdated when I was, when did fucking Musical.ly come out? I think I was like 22 or something. Like even then I was like, I don't know what the hell this is. But
I didn't get it.
Oh wait, no, that's what I was saying. Yeah, just that culture of like the fact that there's no, like I've seen, again, very anecdotal, I don't know how widespread this is amongst like the youth of today.
Us.
The youth.
But just that feeling of like, oh, you don't have to give accreditation to an artist, or you don't have to if you're stealing like a meme or a content or whatever, like who gives a shit? And
I'm
a lot of the time,
stealing a content.
Yeah, like
you
a lot of the time,
stop
who cares?
me.
But like, there's definitely times when I know, especially animators get fucked over big time. I know that on CBK we talk about that a lot, because people can just rip animations, re-upload it to Facebook, get 10 billion views, and they can just completely crop out the watermark. Versus like a live action video where it's like clearly like it's this person, So I feel like that's possibly getting worse, and as an artist is kind of like don't steal, be original. I feel like originality is kind of is like less incentivized on TikTok and
100%.
And the younger generation as a whole.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could just be
I completely agree.
Yeah, no, I talk about this with my family a lot, but like thinking, well, one, my answer is in the least fucking hipster way possible. I was never really in touch with the fucking like zeitgeist of my era or eras past or eras to come. Like I kind of like, I don't know, like I think creative people don't really get sucked into like the zombie mind shit as much because you're always trying to like innovate, so you don't really get like I totally know friends that would like, if they tried to make a YouTube channel, it would just be like stealing other people's videos and not understanding why that was wrong. Even like friends that are 24, 25. So like, but we obviously don't even ever like think of doing something like that. And I think it's like creativity kind of gives you, like creative outlet gives you
really
like
good point.
a wider perspective on things. So you can never really like fall in line. As the death of the artist is the death of democracy. That's
and the death of auto-tune.
I was never really in touch, so I never really felt in touch, and I don't want to be touching 16 to 22-year-olds. So
yeah, no, exactly.
You can quote me on
I was going to say that before as well. So I was never. I'm not a hipster by any means. I don't listen.
Pedophile.
I listen to whatever music and shit, but like, I definitely I was never like gagging to be like, oh, what's the coolest new?
I'm always gagging.
What's the new challenges? I'm gonna go watch fail videos for 10 hours straight. Like,
I'm gonna do the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, exactly. That was never that never interested me. I was always into like weird screaming videos that like Obama.
But what I was gonna say is
sex.
Pedophile. I talk about this with my family a lot, where it's like, if like you always like, I love hearing like really talented people give like the things that not necessarily their inspirations, but just like things that they really liked like growing up on. So like the big actors of today like always cite like cite shit from like the 60s and 70s, like fucking like the whole Western era and like the beginning of like mob movies and shit like that. But like, and like I got fucking Lord of the Rings and like Halo and stuff, you know. But the kids of today got like, or like, and we got like early ticket like YouTube or whatever. But like it's scary, and not like the kids of today, like people 5 or 6 years younger than us, like 2-year-olds that are starting out right now. Instead of starting on Bill Nye, they're starting on like Russian animation videos that just make sounds. Like then like when they get into elementary school, they're not gonna watch like the fucking epic like we're taking the Hobbits to Isengard dubstep remix from 2008 on YouTube.
Classic.
Like they're gonna be watching like why Jake Paul actually raped that girl in the mouth or something by Keemstar, DramaAlert.com. Like at 8 years old, they're gonna get that one. Dubstep remix, and then fucking at like 14, they're just gonna be watching fucking Marvel 11, and it's like I'm terrified of like where art is going to be in like 30, 40 years when those people are taking the helm, and like they have like what inspiration are they going to draw from? Like no one comes up with anything original like since fucking like the BC era, you know? So it's like it's all inspiration, it's all foundation. And if their foundation is that, like, where the fuck is art going? Like, it's so it's like existential, bro. It fucks me up.
From what I have seen, again,
and it's not their fault because people always make kudos. People always make it like, oh, you're so cringe because you watch stupid shit on your mom's iPad. It's like, bro, you're like 6 years old. Like, it's not their fault. They're gonna be cringe, but they're gonna be cringe, and that's just scary.
Well, what I have seen from my brother and sister, who are like 14 years younger than me, at least, so you know, they sort of went through that era to a degree.
Yeah.
Not maybe quite as extreme with the fucking the weird Russian weird 3D animations that kill your child. Yeah. Very much like the child's animation version of The Ring. But like my brother and sister are both like very, very talented and very creative at you know the age they are at, and I mean maybe they're just built different. But there's still cool creativity.
They got a talented big brother.
I like watch YouTube with them and shit. The shit they watch is like genuinely pretty funny. Like it's not exactly the stuff I would necessarily watch all the time, but I can watch and be like, yeah, this is like fun and creative and like and interesting. You know, it's not just screaming colors. So, you know, but they are built different. They're very smart. I do wonder what like what the chaff of that generation's gonna be like growing up. But I guess you can say the same thing about any generation. Like, you know.
That's true.
There has always been brain rotting content. Like I'm sure, you know, a lot of the reality shows back in the day, like everyone who grew up watching like fucking
reality shows started in like the late 90s or like early 2000s. And there's always been like really strict regulation on most content.
No,
like Scooby-Doo's brain rot, but like it isn't fucking just sounds and colors being thrown at your kid's face at 2 years old on their iPad. Like there is still substance. Like,
that is true.
Think about how important, like, every word that goes into their brain at that age is so critical, bruh. And it's like, instead of fucking big blue house, it's fucking big blue Russian dick,
balls.
Bruh. It's fuck.
That's the real culture war that Russia's waging.
Yeah.
It's not. They're not convincing
And
boomers
Coco
on
Bellin.
Facebook to vote for Trump. They're rotting the minds of America's future children.
Yeah. I feel like they just need to watch the Cleveland show reunion. And
That's what I'm
bring
saying.
the world together.
Oh, let's go. All right, Andrew, give us one question. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Black hole sauce among us.
He's got two-handed. That has to be the longest one of those we've ever done.
Yeah, that's by far. Nah.
Oh, because Andrew can't pick a fucking question. What's that for?
I can't find one.
Andrew, ask the question.
I can't find one.
Okay, well, fuck it then.